I'm joined now by the head coach of East Carolina football, Blake Harrell. Coach, last season, crazy year for you. You take over as interim, then you're named the head coach, you win your bowl game. Just looking back at last year, how would you summarize it, describe it, all of those things?
It's been a blessing. You know, it's an honor to be the head football coach here at East Carolina. And it's not just about me, it's about everybody that pulled together to make that happen. And we rallied around those seniors and rallied around those guys to finish the season strong and finish the season the way we did. And get those guys to a bowl game and the way they went and finished in the bowl game, and a big win over NC State. You know, a 5-1 finish at the end of the season, best 6-game stretch since 2014, and first bowl win over a P4 team since 2000, and first P4 win since 2018 was pretty big. And that says a lot about the young men in our program, our staff, and everybody that pulled together. And our saying the whole time was, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about I, but it's about us, and us pulling in the same direction to reach a common goal. We certainly did.
I love that, all about us. What do you think it was about that group of what you're calling us that made you be able to be so successful in those last couple games?
They just put, self-agendas aside. And it's so easy in the landscape of college athletics to, what can you do for me? What can you give me? What do I get? And they put that aside, and they were kind of had each other in mind. And we just said, hey, it's all we need is all we got, or all we got is all we need. And let's just put that in first and foremost, and kind of pull the same direction, and make sure we don't look forward to the future, but we make every single day the most important day, because we're not promised tomorrow. We could have had guys worrying about the transfer portal. We could have had guys worried about who the next coach is or where they're going to be, but just focus on every single day and make that the most important day. And that's something we still say to today. It's just like, hey, we can't worry about next fall. We got to worry about the process, not the outcome. And I think that's important.
I think the process is incredibly important. Now, I am going to ask you about next fall in this next upcoming question, because I want to know, how do you take that momentum from last season, especially you open up against the team that you beat in the bowl game?
Yeah, so you're going from a big bowl win to you got to turn around and face an opponent. The same opponent again. It's hard to beat the team once, more or less twice. But I think just that momentum, not only for our players and our fans and our community, and just the confidence we gain from that, and just ECU football is back and heading in the right direction. We got to not know that 2024 is in the past, it's in the rear view. We got to look out the windshield and say, how much better can we get between now and August 28th when we go to Raleigh and kick it off. So that's our main focus. Obviously got a really good opponent when we go up there, but we got to focus on ourselves, and we got to focus on what we can control. And right now, that's our effort and how we go to work and how we control each day.
What can people expect from East Carolina football in this upcoming off-season and also in the fall?
Our saying right now is, let's ride. And that's just something we break it down on, something we got up in our team room right now, and that's playing with relentless effort. And I think that's, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's practice, we're just go play with effort. And then intense energy. How we do anything is how we do everything. And that's bringing the energy in our meetings, bringing the energy on the practice field. If we want to play that way, we better do it in those settings. And then playing with discipline and playing with execution, knowing our job, doing our job, and going out and performing our job. So let's ride is kind of our saying right now. It's kind of going through the off season and propelling us into the fall.
I like it a lot. And I think if you take a look at those games from last year, you definitely saw a lot of that energy and effort that you're talking about. Now, you'll play NC State in that first game, but then you'll eventually head into the American Conference slate, which, if you take a look at last season, the conference as a whole was very successful, especially during bowl season. So what will it take for East Carolina to be successful in the American Conference in 2025?
Yeah, you mentioned our off-season schedule, our preseason schedule, our off-season opponent schedules. It's NC State, BYU will probably be a top 10, and then we turn right around the next week on a short week on a Thursday night and play the American Conference champs Army here in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Then following that, we play Tulane, who both played in the American Conference championship. So certainly got our work cut out. We got Memphis on the schedule. We got to go to UTSA, who I don't think lost a home game last year. We got to go to FAU. We got Charlotte coming to town, Memphis as well. So got an exciting American Conference schedule. American Conference is a good football league, and I think we had 4 teams over double-digit wins last year, and 3 of those were on our schedule. So certainly got our work cut out for us, and I think every single week we got to make that the biggest game of the week, because it's the only game on our schedule and the most important one.
Absolutely. Now, you've been at ECU for a little bit now in other capacities. This is your first season that you actually get to start as the head coach. What does that mean to you?
This will be my 6th season in Greenville, in East Carolina, and just this is home. This community is very special. Football is huge here, and the university means so much to Eastern North Carolina and the program. But just to be the head football coach, the 23rd head football coach here, is an honor and pretty special to kind of walk out of that tunnel to the purple haze and to the 50,000 fans in Dowdy-Ficklin and just be representation of them. And let them know that this is our program, not just my program, but our program. And again, it's about us and about East Carolina and about football in this state.
Well, we're very excited to watch you and this program compete this season. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you having me on.